Ladies and gentlemen, André Gudger, Chairman and CEO of Eccalon.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Well, I'm here today. I'm the last speaker of the day, and I was told that they save the best for last. Or at least that's what my mom likes to say. I'm going to treat this like a keynote speech because it's very important for me to talk about science and technology and how it has impacted and changed the lives of all of us. If you think about how science and tech has evolved even over the last decade, you would admire how we actually interact with it. Being that this is the first event coming out of post-COVID for many of us who are here today, and think about how we use a digital presence and a digital footprint to continue our lives, to continue our businesses, and enable what we do day to day to continue to improve the world and continue to change the world, much in line with the values of Concordia. So you ask yourself, like, what is a company like Eccalon all about? And it's a fantastic question. It's a company that was built based on science and tech, not an engineering firm. So I used to have a company that always had to get things right. You know, you don't want your turn-by-turn direction to fail you, right? You rely on it, and you want it to give you the best possible outcomes. And we built a company that was afraid to fail, which was very successful in its own right. But you think about our lives and how we live it each day. We challenge ourselves to learn from our mistakes, make those mistakes better, and then go off and succeed. So I wanted to create a company that would not be afraid to fail and would be involved in the science of life, the science of science, the science of technology. And so Eccalon was born to do just that. In February of 2017, during Black History Month, I had this vision about there being this high-powered, Black-owned business that owned the technical baseline and providing those goods and services to the world. And I stand in front of you today being proud of what we've accomplished, being a Black-owned science and tech company, delivering breakthrough science and technology to everyone. One of the things that is core to Eccalon isn't the great products that we create. What's actually core to us is the great people that we derive in the company. Like, women in STEM is at the core of what we do. We have over 50% of our leadership team women in science and technology, engineering and math, which we think is a tremendous, a quantum leap in the right direction for what we need to do, our responsibility as a nation. If you look at our background and what we've done, and I'll get into some of the very, very interesting parts of the company. Aerospace and defense is a key competency, a key market for us. Cybersecurity and supply chain risk management. Intelligence, biotechnology, and professional sports. What we've done for those markets are these things here. Artificial intelligence. Many of you hear about AI, but not many people talk about responsible artificial intelligence. And quite frankly, what Eccalon has built and then launched last month was the first zero-trust interpretable AI platform, where other AI platforms come to our platform to learn. and it comes to learn and be trusted as a valuable source of information as it's teaching itself, which is a very unique thing to do in the world. But it is breakthrough. It's the science of the technology again. Real-time analytics. We're one of the first company to insert optical determinations into analytics of all things, but particularly sports science, sports statistics. Again, another breakthrough technology that Eccalon rolled out, and we served as the premier statistics platform for Major League Lacrosse. And now we've expanded that into our television network that you heard about earlier, Next Level Sports and Entertainment. It is actually providing this innovative tech platform into what it does, which is a key differentiator for a media company. And something that every company struggles with in the world is workforce development. That's what we are, that's what we do. We invest in that area because we realize that where do you get talent? How do you cultivate talent? Many people talk about workforce development, but how do you develop talent from its earliest stages into very sophisticated, very mature workforce that can deliver what's going to happen next? We have a motto in the company that when we talk about science and tech, we don't say that we're best in class. We always say we're striving to be next in class. And so if you look at what we've done over the past 36 months, my company, Eccalon, is the prime contractor for the National Security Innovation Network. We provide the digital innovation footprint for the Department of Defense, which is fantastic in its own right because there's big, hard problems to solve there that the whole world has benefited from. If you think about the birth of silicone and how we use silicone in our smartphones and our computers, Eccalon is at the forefront of creating those next generation of technologies and integrating them into the world's platforms. Industrial-based development. Eccalon is also the prime contractor for the only developmental program in the federal government, which is called Mentor Protege. And we provide that support where we nurture, mentor, and help companies go to commercialization. Project Spectrum. Eccalon also serves as a prime contractor for cybersecurity for a big Department of Defense. When Congress initiated the need for the Department of Defense to secure itself and secure its supply chain, they turned to Eccalon and said, how do you get that done? And we delivered our platform, Project Spectrum, as a way to not only cyber secure the supply chain, but also give it the tools it needs to protect itself. And things that we care about that enable the future are things like polymorphic encryption. You'll see that polymorphic encryption is essentially taking encryption to the next level. It is essentially taking, think about breaking glass into 1,000 shards, shipping it 1,000 miles away, reassembling that, and now you have the basis of what polymorphic encryption is, right? And so that is innovative because that helps with cyber attacks. You hear a lot about ransomware. Those things become impossible in a polymorphic environment. And Eccalon is the leader of developing that and delivering that, not just to the federal government, but hopefully to the world. And one of our most successful projects and one of the most successful things that we've accomplished over the last few years is our work in the science side, but in biopharma, creating the first successful non-human primate study in the history of the world, which is well published now. We work with our partners at New York University, and when COVID hit, it became even more important for the work we were doing because we were developing a delivery system, a new drug delivery system, a chassis for neurotoxins. And what we learned in that neurotoxin work was we not only had a better biodefense system that could thwart chemical warfare, because there's a lot of chemical warfare being pushed around the world, and we have a need as a country to protect ourselves. Out of that became the pharmaceutical, which is a better Botox. It's more efficient, lasts longer, and it has a lot more properties that, again, can affect the world in ways that we've never seen before. And in that non-human primate study, it was the first time that we injected primates with neurotoxins, essentially got them sick and we saved 100% of them based on this work. And we're going to be one of the first companies to cross the blood-brain barrier, delivering technology to the rest of the world. Being last, it's a hard job. I wanted to wake everybody up in the crowd, and I hope that you enjoyed today, because Concordia delivered something for us that has gotten us back into the groove to realize that, we can come together and we can bring heads of states and very important people together to make a difference for our world. And we're all here because we're here for a cause and our contribution to that cause. And I'd like to thank Concordia for what they've done. I'd like to thank all of you for staying for the last presentation to hear me talk, because I know you're all tired. But you all deserve, give yourself a round of applause. You all deserve the best, because Concordia is why we are here, and Concordia is a reason for us to take things to the next level. Thank you.